Hello and welcome back. This is Tamara with the Knitting Lab, and I'm here today to show you how to do an I-cord bind off for the sleeves of your knit sweater, your t-shirt. What I have now are my stitches on the needle I knit them with. My sleeve is only 13 rows because I wanted it to be a pretty short sleeve, so it'll be more like a cap sleeve for me. And I am right at the center of the armpit, and I took my marker off already, and I am going to be working into these stitches with a different needle because the pattern suggests you go up 2 to 3 needle sizes, and I'm only going to go up 1 size, and that's based on my experience doing this before. So this is a size US 3 needle and this is a US 4. That's what I'll work with. So I'm just going to tell you right now that the first thing we're going to be doing is creating 3 new stitches by knitting into this stitch. Before we did a cable cast on where we go between stitch 1 and 2, right in between. We're going to do a variation where we're actually just going into the last stitch. So you saw me go in, that's 1, and I'm going to slide a stitch marker in that stitch, and I'll explain that after I've got them all cast on. 1 is on. I'm going to go into that new stitch. 2 is cast on. There we go. And 1 last stitch into the stitch, bring it through and slide it on the needle. And my last stitch marker is going to go into that stitch. You might not have seen these. These are like a little coil, but they're removable. Now I have these 3 stitch markers here. I'm going to ignore them. So the reason I did that is when I come to the end and everything's bound off, I'm going to want to attach the last 3 stitches to the first 3 stitches. So this will be easier for me to pick up those stitches with a marker in there. So I put those there and now I'm going to ignore them. So you have cast on 3 stitches with the knitted cast on. And now what you do is you're going to knit the first 2 stitches and remove them, regular knitting. 2 stitches have been knit. Now I'm going to go in and knit the next 2 stitches through the back loop. So this was my last stitch cast on, and I'm going to go into the first stitch there, 2 stitches, knit together through the back loop. I have 3 stitches on my right hand needle. All of them are going to get slipped without twisting back to the left hand needle. You're going to be doing this the whole time. So I have all 3 are back here. I'm going to repeat that process. I knit 1, I knit 2, and then I knit the next 2 through the back loop. What do I do next? You're right. I slip them back to the left hand needle. Time to knit 1, knit 2, knit them together, the remaining 2, through the back of the left hand needle. And I'm going to keep doing this right now, and you could choose to turn off the video, that's fine. But the reason I'm doing it is when I first do this ridge here, and you might not put markers in, and that's fine. This ridge is going to look kind of messy, and you're not going to be able to see what's going on. It's going to take you at least 7 or 8 stitches of you binding off like this for you to see the I-cord form. Right now we see these 2 separate looking ridges. For those of you that like to tear things out when it looks messy, please don't tear it out. Stick with it. And then after you've done 15 stitches, if you don't like the way it looks, you could start over. But I want you to go through it first because it does take a while for you to see what is happening. So knit 1, knit 2, knit 2 together, through the back leg. Pass them back. It probably takes longer than you expect at first for this little sleeve. It will go faster with your second sleeve, obviously. And now, do you see that I have this separation between those new stitches? And when I knit these together to the back loop, I'm attaching it. So I'm doing two things. I'm forming an I-cord. There it is. See that pretty line? I'm forming an I-cord and I'm binding off stitches. We're doing it all in one. So knit one, knit two, slip together. Honestly, I think I'm just going to keep going and keep working for a bit. You can go get yourself a cold drink, or you could start doing this too. But the reason I'm doing this is I really want you to see how the cord forms. I'm not loose, but I'm also not super tight. You might feel like you really want to tighten up, but you know, it'll take a little time. What we want is to keep that tension even. So you see this? This is the I-cord forming, and I'm going to tilt it to the side. Look how pretty that is. The I-cord rolls and sits right up on against your stockinette fabric. So this is going to go on until every live stitch, and by live I mean every stitch that's sitting on the needle, is worked. And you will get down to 3 stitches left. And those 3 will be these 3 of the I-cord, because we are eating stitches up as we go, taking these live stitches. And you'll see that after we've done it, see, this is all off the needle now. So we've worked across these stitches, all of them are off the needle, and we keep going, taking up all of the stitches until there are no live stitches. You'll end with the 3 I-cord. That will be here at the very end of the round. And at that point, what we're going to do is use the Kitchener stitch, which I love, and connect the 3 stitches of the I-cord to the 3 stitches here. And that's why these little crazy loops are going to come in handy, because I will be able to match 3 here and 3 here. And it's a very, very short Kitchener process because you're only joining 3 sets of stitches. So I hope that was helpful. And just remember, with the I-cord, you can always undo what you started and just stop before you accidentally undo a live stitch. And don't be afraid to try it. And also remember that it's going to look really funky at first. There we go. Okay? Happy knitting!